Hi, everyone. Welcome to Flourish by Design TV. I'm so excited to welcome you back to my channel. My name is Caroline, and I'm the founder of Flourish by Design, where I'm designing your life from the inside out. So I'm just so excited to have you back on the channel. I'm back after a long break over the summer while I was studying, and really excited to announce that I've got my master's in education, training, and development. And I'm super excited that I've already started into working with as a consultant with corporates and designing programs to allow beautiful women develop their professional identities and to really shine from within, shine like a diamond. So, to support that and to invite you all into this transformational journey to transform by design, I'm starting this season off with a whole new theme. And that theme is around how do we own our power? So, in these times we're living in, it is, leadership is a huge topic, a very hot topic. And I would like to say that, it's something that can really be difficult to deal with. And seeing what's happening on the news every day is devastating. So I really feel that, want to amplify my voice around feminine leadership and how can we move from the love of power to the power of love, and bringing our empathy, which I've done my dissertation on, and I'm expert researcher in at this stage. How do we bring that to leadership in the world, and how do we maximize those beautiful innate skills we have in ourselves? So that's my mission, and I want to invite anyone who's new to my channel, any of the ladies from the new group that I'm coaching, and just delighted to have you here. And I'm so beautiful to have met so many new women over the summer and this new program that I've developed. I'm so thrilled to have anyone who is new to my channel and all of the beautiful regular listeners and watchers of me online. So thrilled to have you all here again and welcome you into my studio. So tonight what I want to talk about is a topic that's really close to my heart. So looking at how can we really step into our authenticity. So I'm laid out 5 steps to own our own power and to elevate our authenticity. So being a personal brand and leadership consultant, I focus on who we are. So who we are from the inside out, that radiates out into the world. And it's interesting just to set the scene around why this might be important. That most of our attention as women is on how we look from the outside and the expectations of people around us. And sometimes we can overstress ourselves trying to please others and to be always trying to be perfect and to achieve those unbelievable long lists and tasks that we need to do between family and friends and jobs and balancing everything. And we forget about ourselves. So in this new series, what I really want to focus on is bringing you back to yourself and to really uncover who you are, give you some tips and tricks to bring you back to that essence identity that is the core of who you are. So tonight, what I want to look at is the 5 steps. So the first one is looking at owning your core values. What's really interesting, I find, when I'm working with women especially, is that a lot of the time we're very clear about other people's core values, other people's perceptions of themselves, other people's goals, other people's aspirations, but we're not very clear on ourselves. And for you to look at that and to think about, what are my own core values outside of my family's opinion, or outside of what's popular, what's trending, what are my core values within myself as a North Star for how I can orientate myself around my life. So what's really true to me? And to get close to that, because your energy is the basis of your essence, and everything that you do emanates from that. So when we get clear about our core values, that's what really designs our presence. When we walk into a room, we walk into a space, we get a sense of someone before they even open their mouth, before they speak. It's in how what they radiate. Just to get close to that in yourself, that when your energy is centered in yourself and you're very close to the values, the things that you find hold dear and what are important to you, that really gives you a foundation for feeling secure in yourself. So I'd ask you to have a look at that and see, what are my core values? What's really true to me? And what do I find is important to live by? Define those for yourself. That's the first step. The second step is to claim your unique story. So it's really important to own our stories, to own our origin stories, or where we've come from, own our family background, own the stories that we've learned of our own family and what we've grown through. That is something that is a powerful piece that can really create an amazing connection with people. And I find that when I'm speaking to students, when I'm talking to women online, and when I'm sharing my wisdom, even if I'm teaching something that's more academic, I always bring in stories. It's an absolutely amazing way to connect. And I find that it levels us, it levels the playing field, where there's not this sense of authority, the student and the teacher. It brings us back into balance and to realize that we're all human. We all have the same fears. We all have the same aspirations. We all have the same challenges, and we're all growing. And when we share those little stories with each other, it's like building a bridge to success. And how can we sense of honesty, and that's what really builds a sense of authenticity. And authenticity is so important, because that builds trust. We build trust through being honest and authentic, and not being afraid to not look perfect, because life is about progress, not perfection. And people love to, and they get drawn and naturally magnetize people to you when you have that sense of openness and authenticity. It's super powerful. So the third one is to set energetic boundaries. So looking at your own energy, this is a massive one. And I don't think that women are that in tune with this. And it's something I had to really work on in myself, where I tend to be a giver and a give, and always giving out, not giving out, verbally giving out, but giving my energy out to lots of people. I'm very concerned about people and always wanting the best for everyone. And sometimes realizing then that I've become very depleted. And to be aware that, wow, I remember thinking to myself that once I got strict with myself, and every now and again I have to get strict with myself and be very self-disciplined, but I noticed that I have a pattern that isn't serving me. And to see if you might resonate with this too, where I was spending so much energy giving out to other people, giving myself to other people, and then leaving myself feeling empty. And that I was depleted and I actually had no energy, and then nothing really to show for at the end of it. To realize then sometimes then there might be resentment that might build up because people that you're giving to aren't really appreciating it. And it's not really their place to be responsible for your happiness. It's your responsibility to create your own happiness. So just to create those energetic boundaries around yourself that you still want to give, because we love and enjoy giving, but to give after we have given to ourselves. So when we stop giving to others, then what are we missing out on? And what can we actually be bringing in a much deeper way to the world through giving to ourselves? I always say to women, the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. For example, even with me, with my master's, it's taken me, it's a 2-year course, and I did 6 months, and then I took a break, and then I did a following year and a half. And I noticed how there was so much time that I had to set boundaries around people and family and friends, and that to get certain papers done and to really create a structure for me to be able to achieve all the deadlines that were necessary. And it was absolutely no problem with my friends and family. They were so helpful and so understanding. But it was difficult for me to do that because I was so used to giving. But I had to be strict with myself and say, no, this time is for you to be able to pour into yourself. And with the qualifications that you get, you'll be able to help more people and have a much better, more of a ripple effect after you've invested that time in really developing your skills and talents. So I would look at that and just be conscious of the time that you're giving, and to protect that time for what's important for you. You still give to others, but always put yourself first, because you won't have energy to give others if you don't put yourself first. Okay? So the fourth one then is to align your actions with your intentions. This is a really big one as well. So again, it leads on from that boundaries piece where, we have action steps that we're taking in our life. But when we're consciously designing ourselves from the inside out, we get clear on our intentions. What are the actual intentions behind our actions? And I also say that anything that grows from a pure intention that's planted in our heart can never fail, because you just water it and nourish it, and it will flourish into the world. But make sure to be planting intentions that are pure and true to you, and then to keep yourself creating those action steps towards building that into the world, because that's your job. Your job is to bring those beautiful seeds of who you are into the world, especially at this time. And sometimes women spend so much time, giving to others and forgetting that there is a purpose for us and for our life. And there's so much meaning that we can bring to the world, and things that are unique and have never been here before, a creative spirit that lights us up and radiates from us. And then we can inspire others with that, because when we're aligned with those intentions and we're making those action steps, then we are absolutely in our element, and we're glowing and we're happy and we're expressing ourselves truly in the world, and we're achieving the things that we've dreamt of achieving, we'd love to achieve, or bringing meaning and purpose into our life, which makes us feel good, makes us look good, and sets a fantastic example, and we become that role model for younger generation. And it's also authentic to us, which I'm talking about, our power, authentic power. And then the fifth one is celebrating your radiance. So this was a big topic that I covered in the corporate group that I was working with during the week. This one was a hot topic, and it created lots of discussion in the group around how women find it hard to celebrate our own success and our own achievements, and how we can learn from men. And I was joking, I was saying, we think of the Premier Cup and the guys, and they're holding up the cup and they're like, yay, and they're achieving all these amazing things. And that I was asking women to say, when you feel like you've achieved something, and how do you feel about sharing that with others? And everyone was like, each of the woman was like, I feel a bit like maybe I have to play it down, and I shouldn't really share that, and I shouldn't really, there was a guilt around it. There was a lot of feelings around it. I thought, isn't that interesting? Because why is that? We want to play, we feel we should play small, and we should hide that and hide our light. But that's not inspiring anybody, is it? And I often share my successes online because of that, because I want women to see the journey and the struggle. And it takes commitment to yourself to achieve something beyond who you think you are, as I often mention. But when we're sharing that, then we're a guiding light, and we can show other people the way. And to be proud of our achievements and celebrate that, celebrate our gains and celebrate what we've achieved, because that builds our self-esteem. Because in my master's, we learn what self-efficacy is, how we actually build confidence. Confidence is something that's learned. We're actually born with it. We have to learn it through building resilience and building, stepping outside of our comfort zone. And each time we do that, it's important to celebrate ourselves and to give ourselves a pat on the back. And every day I actually have a practice in the evening before I go to sleep. I always think of the celebrate the little wins. I always talk about the baby steps that we take each day. Take those simple baby steps. We can climb a mountain with baby steps, and just one foot in front of the other, and celebrate that. Give ourselves a lovely warm feeling for what we've actually achieved. So I'd love you to think about that, and how we can draw those beautiful energies towards us when we're radiating our light, and we can inspire other people. So I hope they've given you some little tips around how to be authentic, how to own your own power, and how to show up in your essence identity, as I often talk about. So just to run through you again, the first one is know your own core values. So think about that. That's a little reflection for you to, what are my core values? Number 2, own your unique story. So practice being honest about who you are. And that is the foundation of authenticity, is sharing your real story, your true life story in little bite sizes. It doesn't have to be big. Then to set energetic boundaries. So be careful of your energy and where you're putting it, and make sure that you're investing in yourself and committed to your own goals before everybody else's. Number 4, align your action with your intention. So make sure you have pure intention, and then your steps, your action steps, are aligned with that. And that's what we say called integrity. So when what we say, what we do, and what we intend is all the same, it's all lined up. And that's what gives that beautiful sense of authenticity to other people, and they build trust. Then celebrate your radiance. So celebrate your wins, share your wins, be proud of your wins, and don't shy away from sharing your success so that you can inspire others. So I hope that helped, and I'll be making these videos every week now, and I hope you'll follow along to own your power. And if you want to get in touch with me and have a little one-to-one, just to see if there's anything that I can help you with your coaching or in your company, that you want to design a program around how to empower your staff, I'm available on flourishbydesign.co, and I have a free course available on my website, and also a download of 5 steps to building a personal brand true to you. So I see you next week, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.